Go back to working on the station wagon body, welding and fabrication, what I really like to do. So back in the back of this thing is probably where we're going to start. I've already got a piece cut out that we're going to have to make. This piece was blowed completely out. You can see split, not really rusty. On the back side's got some surface rust, but the metal's decent. But right here's where all the rust was. We'll have to make that piece. It goes right here. We're gonna have to, repair this drip edge and put a piece in here, and then over here, about the same thing, just not as bad. We're gonna have to repair drip edge here, make this, probably cut along this seam, square that out and take it out, and then come in and cut this valley out and put that valley in. So that's where we'll start today and see how far we get with it. Not in a big hurry, but we'll see how far we get. And I guess we'll start with the bigger piece that's already cut out. So let's jump on it, see what we can do with it. Come along, let's see if we can get that hole patched in. All right, we're working on that piece I cut out. It's got a scrap cut off piece of 18 gauge sheet metal from over there, and just you can see where I've made my marks. Basically what I did was just set this up and then just trace out, a little bit overage to give for shrinkage and expandage, and then you just basically roll. Now, I'm new to this. I've been doing this long. I just watch videos like everybody else and then start doing it a little at a time, working with small pieces. But you can see after just, a little bit of time, the kind of curvature you can get out of a piece out of one of these English wheels. And it's not exact yet, but it's really close. So now what I think I'm going to do is cut this piece out of this and get it to size, and then start to work the shape on in. And we'll look at it over here on the car. When you line it up on this piece right here, it's really, really close right here. And you can see that we just need to work our corners in now. So I gotta get a little bit more curve out of this side here. And one thing I like to do is maybe give it a little bit of manipulation with my knee, and just kind of give it just a little bit of bend with my knee. And see that little bit of bend? Look how close that got us right there. So we'll have to cut this piece out, and then we'll go from there. We'll cut it out, and then we'll come back and we'll see how close it gets. Because you want those gaps as tight as you can when you start to weld this, because it's just spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld. This stuff right here is the quick part of the job till you get to the welding, because you got to spot weld and cool it. Because you don't want to get, this will be wavy as all crap if you put a lot of heat on it. So it's a slow process welding it. And a lot of times making the piece is a lot quicker than actually welding it in some cases. So I'm going to give us a little bit more manipulation with the English wheel and my knee. And when I get it worked in to where I get my gaps good and tight, we'll weld her in. So let me work on this, and then we'll be right back. Alright, I cheated a little bit. I have these, a while back I had went to a junkyard, kind of like a private junkyard, and I cut these older quarters out for some of the metal in them. Hey, you can see the bottoms was, they're rusty too, but some of this other metal in here is good. And I used that corner, and I took some of the metal that we rolled earlier and welded to it. The biggest reason is I needed a brace in the back of that for the bumper. And as you can see here, we are starting now to get this thing put back together. I've got the piece stitched welded back in. I've got our lip here bent over. I've got to do a little work over here and a little grinding. Of course, we've still got this right here we've got to deal with, but it's not very big, so I figured I'd do that separate. We'll cut it off right here, and that'll probably be next time. But I filled in, plugged up a couple little holes here. I'm gonna get this grinded off though, so we can see how good it actually looks. And right here's where the new metal starts. I've already started to grind a little bit, you know, where I added this piece into the bottom and then took the curvature out of that older piece. But it is starting to come together a little bit now. It's just a long process. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a very long process. But I'll show you that brace I was talking about for the rear bumper. And it actually kind of ties and supports all that. And right here it is. Oops. And your bumper mounts here. And this goes in that curve. So I've got to get the rest of this old junk here off and clean this up really good. And you can see it's kind of tweaked and bent a little bit. I'll have to bend it up and clean it up here and put some rust converter on it and then weld it into the bottom of that thing. But let's see what this, let me grind that off and let's see what it looks like. Alright, got the first grind on it here, and this is what we have. It's not too bad. First grind out. I'm actually pretty pleased with the way that turned out, because this was completely eat out. It was a hole. So yeah, I mean, pretty pleased with that. So now the next order of business will be to cut this little hole here out, but I believe we'll wait till next time to do that. Been out here about a half a day. Time to go get something to eat. So I'm going to get on out of here and hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And next time we come back, we'll put the bumper brace in and we'll patch this hole here, and then this side will be complete. Well, I say complete. It won't have any holes in it, so that's a big plus. So then we'll move on to the other side, which the other side's not nowhere near it bad. The other side does have pretty good sized hole though. Right here you can see. This is pretty good sized hole right here. We're gonna have to do something with in this drip edge, and some holes here and here. We're gonna replace this piece right here new. So, but right here, that'll be this side. And I don't have that bumper brace over here either. I'm hoping I have it in that other quarter. Now these quarters did not come out of a sedan. They come out of a sedan. They didn't come out of a wagon. Yeah, look right here. It has that bumper brace in it, so we'll have to cut that out. That'll be good. We can get that took care of. Moving right along with this thing. And, you know, hopefully I can get this little bit of metal work that's left on this car done. Hopefully before all the parts for the Bronco get in. I mean, but realistically we're like a month or so away from getting those parts, everything we need to assemble that engine. So in a month's worth of time, couple hours, you know, morning time, early morning, or if I get a free day, I can knock out a lot of this metal work. It's just time consuming. I'm not a, you know, I started working with metal a long time ago, and I ain't gonna say I'm really good at it, but you know, I can patch holes and things and just spend a little time doing it, until you get it right. That's how you learn. That, and watching videos and other people do it and trying to get tips and tricks from other people. So yeah, that's where we're at, and that's where we're going. And I'm going to get something to eat and take it easy the rest of the day. You guys enjoy your weekend. Don't forget, hey, like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate that, and we appreciate everybody that already has. And you guys have a good weekend. We'll catch you next time on this 56 Wagon.